Yo, welcome back. It's Black Star. Today I brought an interesting topic in video today with Naruto and Sasuke versus Boruto and Kawaki, and I brought my boy Troy here today. You can introduce yourself.
What's up? What's up?
So we did like a lot of talking and shit, like trying to figure out how these two would really interact. And the way it's looking right now is pretty bad for Sasuke and Naruto. Like, how do you really think it's gonna go out?
Yeah, I mean, we'll explain it throughout the video, but just to make a long story short, for most of the stuff that Naruto and Sasuke have is either not as developed as they are when they're an adult, or Boruto and Kawaki pretty much have answers for it. But there are a few ways that they might be able to kind of catch Boruto and Kawaki off guard. You'll just see throughout the video.
So, what's going for Naruto and Sasuke, in my opinion, is I think Naruto just has so much more stamina and chakra than like Boruto and Kawaki at this point. Because like we can see like in the war arc and shit, he's just able to like fight for multiple days at a time with sharing his chakra like without ever really draining out or ever really like going to zero. I think it was like one point within the war arc, and he just kind of like went to stage mode at that point when he kind of like was like exhausted from using like Karma chakra and shit like that. And even for Sasuke too, like I can't really remember like a point within the work where he ever was just kind of like, oh fuck, I can't. He was just spamming EMS abilities like throughout the whole war arc, right? Versus like when we see like Boruto and shit, nigga used like a couple of jutsus and was just like tired as fuck leaning across the building and shit. Like, yeah, it was kind of just bad for him.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Boruto and Kawaki definitely, this is just a fact, have less chakra than Naruto and possibly even Sasuke. But to kind of just get on their chakra and stamina in the war arc and why they could do what they did, Naruto at like very early on in the war arc was running, it's just stated, was running purely off Kurama chakra, right? So he did run out of chakra, but he's a Jinchuriki. And Sasuke, while he showed up late, he also had a chakra cloak from the Nine Tails, along with the curse mark on the Susanoo, and then he got revived with like, say, the 6 pass chakra. So Naruto undeniably just has more stamina and chakra than Boruto and Kawaki. Sasuke should have more stamina and chakra than them, but not to such an extent that it's like incomprehensible like it is for Naruto. So it's like, yeah, Naruto can outlast them a lot longer, but the thing about Boruto and Kawaki and what makes their stamina not really an issue is karma for both of them, and also his dojutsu for Kawaki. Because if you don't know Kawaki's dojutsu, with the rods, he's able to just absorb chakra through those and funnel it into his own body. So if Naruto's spamming a lot of jutsu and spamming a bunch of shadow clones and stuff, if Kawaki just uses rods and absorbs the chakra from all of them, he effectively can just stay at a constant level to where he's not showing any signs of fatigue. Kawaki also has a body that's completely made out of scientific ninja tools, which give him, stated, Tsunade-like regeneration with the cell division and cell multiplication. It basically makes him so his body can harden and soften at will, and also heal any injuries up fairly quickly. Boruto's karma and chakra absorption is a bit worse than Kawaki since he doesn't have access to this dojutsu, but at the end of the day, he can still absorb techniques. And Boruto's absorption goes in a 360-degree radius. As we see when he first showcases it when Kawaki uses like that big karma blast, he absorbs and protects Team 7 pretty much with no difficulty. And this is when he barely used karma and barely trained with it.
But would he still like? I don't think they were just like. I don't think Naruto and Sasuke are just like that stupid. Like, we have to think about the fact that Naruto and Sasuke work better as teammates, even when they were like beefing and shit, than like Kawaki and like Boruto.
I would probably agree with that. Yeah, they are definitely a better team unit.
So like, I think, yeah, and I agree with that too. And I think that Sasuke just gonna be like, bro, he's sucking your chakra, pause, and you're just wasting like, you know, chakra, like throwing out these attacks, and like Kawaki is just like absorbing that shit and just taking the chakra, right?
But
so yeah, go ahead.
Oh, but the thing about that, right, is I agree they aren't as stupid as just to waste chakra. We see when Sasuke's versus Jigen, he has to like step back. He gets hit with the rods, right? Then he has to step back and kind of analyze the situation with Naruto fighting alone to come to the conclusion that they're like shrinking and regrowing. Them coming to the conclusion of shrinking and regrowing, and also that they're taking chakra, Sasuke just doesn't have the battle IQ and just battle readiness that he has an adult as a teen. So not only would it take him just far more time to come to this conclusion, it's also equal stats, and the way Boruto and Kawaki fight, they're not gonna just let up on Sasuke and Naruto. Maybe Boruto plays it a little more safe than Kawaki, but Kawaki is just a Russian fighter, and he doesn't stop with his dojutsu or karma blast. So at the end of the day, it's not even that, oh, they're stupid and they're going to let this happen. It's more or less, would Kawaki and Boruto stand back and let a dumber Sasuke analyze this situation like he did versus Jigen? It just doesn't seem probable to me.
Dumber is kind of like a really harsh word. You could probably say like a less experience or like
Yeah, dumber was kind of harsh. I guess I could say less
I'm
experienced
like,
Sasuke.
damn, you doing my boy Sasuke bad.
Yeah. I actually love Sasuke, bro. That's my goat.
I agree with that, right? So he probably would be less experienced, and probably would take him a bit longer to like analyze, the chakra what's what they called? Chakra
Network?
No, not the fucking steel thing. Chakra rods, Jared.
Oh,
so
chakra
it'll probably
rods.
take him longer to probably like analyze to figure out Kawaki using chakra rods and shit. And even if it's a case where he kind of has to like step back from the battlefield or something like that, or like step back to analyze it, I still think Naruto would be able to like keep them distracted with like hella shadow clones or some shit like that, right? He could put them in like KCM or some shit, and I don't think like, other than maybe like a widespread Uzehiko or like Kawaki flying up and like shooting like little rods down like Jigen did. Yeah, I mean like Ishiki did, or he could even do like a chakra blast, right?
Yeah.
And try to like just nuke everything or something like that. I do think they could probably keep. I do think Naruto probably be able to keep them distracted long enough for like Sasuke to try to like figure out what happened.
The only issue with keeping them distracted is, again, Kawaki can shrink everything in Naruto's arsenal. So if let's say he summons like hundreds of clones, at a single glance, this is his equal stats, right? And I'm not saying Kawaki like completely outstats him, but his glancing and perception is clearly above his movement speed. That's just true for everybody. Even if equal stats, he would just kind of just shrink every clone, and he has cubes that get rid of sensory. So if he shrinks the clones and puts the cubes around the map, Naruto's sensory is gone.
Do you think he's gonna like, because the way like Naruto's shadow clones like spawning, they kind of like spawn in like a 360 radius, right? Like, you think Kawaki's gonna like spin around and like kind of like shrink everything or something like that?
He probably won't spin around. He'll probably do like what Kawaki tends to do with his rods and cubes is he like summons the cubes above people like he did versus Boruto, and he like shoots the rods at people. So if he's just shrinking if he sees that like shadow clones are being summoned everywhere and he's shrinking everything in front of him and like his peripheral vision, then he'll just like summon cubes all around him to kind of just crash down. And once Naruto's sensory is blocked, Kawaki's probably reacting to the rest. And we can't forget, while Sasuke is sitting back analyzing, if we are going with that line of thinking that he's going to do the same thing adult Sasuke did, Boruto's just free. If they're allowing Sasuke to do that and not pressing him, Boruto's just free. So Boruto can pretty much protect Kawaki's back. Or Kawaki can just shrink. Like, he can just shrink his own body so the clones just can't really do anything. Because if Sasuke hasn't figured out the technique yet, Naruto has no idea where Kawaki's going, and he thinks Kawaki's teleporting.
Is there any possible way they could probably like sense or even see Kawaki when he shrinks that small? Because like
Naruto, without Sasuke giving him knowledge, he's probably not going to figure it out on himself, because even adult Naruto couldn't really do it. And unless we say Kawaki doesn't use the cubes that block sensory, then at most you can say Naruto does a big AoE blast to just destroy everything around him, since he doesn't know what's happening. But not only is that kind of out of character for Naruto, maybe for Naruto when he had like uncontrolled Kurama doing big AoE 360 blasts, maybe that's kind of like likely. But when Naruto at this point in his life, he wouldn't really do that in character, and if he did, Kawaki would again just shrink the blast. So it's kind of like Kawaki has this one ability that hard counters and checks Naruto.
I was thinking like I don't think the chakra cubes would be too like hard for them to deal with. Like he could use going to like use those big KCM arms or whatever, kind of like push them off, kind of like what he did in what was it, Brahman mode. I feel like he could just push them away or some shit like that. Or even at that point they could fly still, right? So they could just fly up or something like that and just like look down or something. I don't know. I don't think the cubes would be that crazy to them, right? You think it would be like crazy for them to like deal with? Yo,
What'd you say? My only issue with saying that he can push the cubes up is he needed Baryon mode to do it. So it seems that
no, but you can just say he wasn't trying to push him off at first. Like he was just like disoriented at first. I don't think the cubes were like do that.
Yo, he was getting crushed, bro.
Not getting crushed. Or they could fly up or something. I don't know.
Yo, Sasuke had to like swap, and Naruto just got he got like his clones got crushed and stuff, and he was stuck in the middle. I think he couldn't even get out.
He was fatigued at that point.
If you said he was what?
Fatigued.
Yo, the guy who he said could last for days was fatigued in minutes. Nah, but seriously though, even if you want to grant he can like push it up, if he's spending time doing that, that's just extra time to like get sealed in a dimension where time doesn't flow, get more rods and his chakra funneled. It's just no matter where route he goes, Kawaki's always there to kind of just stop him completely in his tracks.
I don't think Kawaki would be able to like send him off though, right? I think Sasuke would like switch places with them, or like they could even.
But Sasuke's analyzing, isn't he?
I don't think he's gonna sit there like, oh my god, Naruto just gets like.
I mean, bro, a smarter or not smarter, or wiser Sasuke sat back and watched Naruto get beat up while he was analyzing Jigen. So I mean, a Sasuke who, let's be honest, Teen Sasuke still wants to kill Naruto. Him just sitting there is kind of like, I don't think he would help if even adult Sasuke didn't help Naruto.
Oh, bro. Then at that point, Naruto is just cooked. Or
yeah, it's either
thinking like,
if Sasuke sits back and analyzes, Naruto's cooked. It has to be a 2v2, because if it's a 2v1, it's over for Naruto. He just can't win. We can't have Sasuke back analyzing. It just doesn't work.
So the other thing I was thinking is like maybe they could fight together like when they did with Momoshiki, right? Swap places and shit like that. Do like combo moves. Since like, even though they can just suck chakra and shit, I feel like we're underestimating Naruto and Sasuke's like combo attacks and shit when it comes to taijutsu. I low-key think
in Shippuden it wasn't that crazy.
Shut up. I think Kawaki's taijutsu is pretty fodder, bro. I think he gets packed up pretty easily. Every single time it's like a hand-to-hand fight, he either tries to bail out and use like his chakra blast, or morph his arm into like blades and shit like that.
He has all of Ishigi's combat data, and then he also was fighting Borushiki, who had Momoshiki's combat data. So we can't just call thousands of years of combat data fodder, because Kawaki just can fight. He was trained by Jigen. He was able to fight cyborgs. He was able to fight Boruto. He was able to fight Borushiki. He was able to fight Boro. He is just a great fighter. And
he was able to fight, right? But was he able to win?
What, versus Borushiki?
He wasn't winning. He lost to everyone, right?
No, he beat Garo. And he beat Garo while he had like almost zero chakra.
Garo is not even like
well, I mean, he's a like, Kara outer. But if we don't want to use that, I mean, he was relative to Borushiki. That's just a fact. And he was also fighting who is it? Boruto at the end of part 1. But I don't think we realize how short the Momoshiki battle was. In the manga, it's 4 pages. It isn't
Really?
like any, yeah, it isn't like any Naruto scuffles, well, not even scuffles, blocks a couple attacks versus Fuse Momo while he's in base, transforms, hits
No, he blocks.
Momoshiki.
He also tags Momoshiki while he was in base. He knocks that nigga out. He doesn't knock him out like actually, but
Who
like
who knocks who
knock.
out? Momoshiki?
Yeah, he knocks that nigga across the face. The nigga's just like ah. Then he goes into
Are you
like
are
case.
you talking about post shooting exams?
Yeah, post training exams.
Post shooting exams, Naruto's just dodging and stuff.
He
The
hits him too.
Momoshiki never does anything significant to him. I think he kicks him. He hit him with a kick, and Naruto like I think flies back a little bit. But that isn't anything crazy. They're still like kind of comparable. And when he goes KCM, they're not comparable at all. He blitzes Momoshiki, and I think the manga actually shows Momoshiki does like 4 flips in midair from getting hit so hard. Like he gets hit that hard, and Sasuke hits him one time in the back, and I think Naruto hits him one more time, and interaction is over. The teamwork in the manga is just not there. It's as basic as you hit him, I hit him. So I think we're kind of gassing what they did. I can't lie. And at the end of the day, that's adult Naruto and Sasuke. So
That's right.
teen Naruto and Sasuke
But
are just way worse in every way.
can Team Naruto and Sasuke do like the QB what's it called Susanoo thing?
I know Sasuke can do it before he gets perfect Susanoo. So yeah, they should be able to do it, but that's just making one
Right.
target. So
But even still, I think that would be able to tank like the chakra rods and like the key blast and shit or
if it's
whatever.
equal
Like
stats, we can't say amp you above equal stats. That kind of
that
negates
is
it.
that is
So it's like,
that is
yeah, when it comes to equal stats, transformation like that they get way worse because it's just becoming one target and not getting any stronger.
it's kind of bad for Naruto and Sasuke. I'm not gonna lie, and we haven't really even discussed like how Boruto would interact within this battle, and it's
Yeah, I was
looking.
about to say, bro, Boruto is actually just a support character in part 1, bro. Like his bag is really only useful because he has crazy stats. Like if Boruto didn't have crazy stats with like him training and his karma and all of that, he would actually be like pretty fodder.
That's true. That's pretty true. So it looks like Naruto and Sasuke pretty much get packed up, and we haven't even really talked about how Boruto would actually interact within this fight. We'll probably just make a part 2 on this. Thanks for watching. Type shit. Y'all stay safe.